Okay, good morning to all. Myself Niranjan Patnaik. Today I am going to discuss about the wireless LANs of mobile computing. So in this chapter we are going to discuss about the following topics: wireless LAN and communication, infrared radio frequency, infrared advantages and disadvantages, radio frequency advantages and disadvantages, wireless network architecture, logical types of wireless LAN. Next, your IEEE 802.11 MAC layer, security, synchronization, power management, roaming, Bluetooth overview. So, first you're going to wireless LAN and communication. A wireless LAN is a wireless computer network that links two or more devices using wireless communication to form a local area network within a limited area such as home, school, computer, laboratory, campus or office building. So everybody knows that what is the LAN. LAN is generally local area networking. It is restricted within the campus, within the office, within the school campus, or you can say laboratory, etc. So wireless LAN means what? Now wireless LAN, that means there is no wire medium that is communicated through the unguided mediums, right? There is no wire medium. Next, the important component that though it is the wireless, that means the signals or magnetic signals are generated and the move in the form of the wave, right? So in the wavelength, what do you mean the wavelength? Now wavelength is the distance between identical points, that means either between the adjacent crest in the adjacent cycles of waveform signal propagated in space or along a wire. In wireless system, this length is usually specified in meters, centimeters or millimeters. Now here question is, what is the wavelength? Wavelength means the distance between two crest or distance between two trough, right? That is known as the wavelength. Next question, this next thing is known as the what is the infrared. Everybody is aware about the infrared because in our home base you are using that devices like remote controls. That means TV, either it will be a TV remote or AC remote, everything. So that means that remote generate a infrared, right? Remote having a sensor and your device having a sensor, and that infrared communicated between two sensors. So what is the infrared? Radiation or IR, or you can say it is infrared light, is a type of radiant energy that is invisible to human eyes but that we can feel as heat. All objects in the universe emit some level of infrared radiation, but two of the most obvious sources are the sun and the fire. So infrared generally is not visible to the human eye. You can feel as a heat. That means the infrared, when you put your hand in front of the infrared light, it feels some heat. So all objects in the universe emit some level of every objects emit some infrared radiation, but the most two resources are sun and the fire. Its wavelength is longer than visible light but shorter than radio waves. At the receiving end, a photodiode detects and captures the light pulses, which are then processed to retrieve the information they contain. So computer example, computer mouse, keyboard, that is also the creates some infrared. Remote TV, VCD, VCR, CD players also create some infrared. Here the advantages and the disadvantages of infrared. What are the advantages? Now low power requirements, low circuit cost, simple circuit, portable, high noise immunity. So these are the advantages. I can repeat: low power requirements. The power is very, because generally you can see the remote working through batteries, and low circuit cost, simple circuit, portable, high noise immunity. Similarly, what are the disadvantages? Disadvantages that line of sight is required. blocked by common materials, short range, light, weather sensitive, and speed. So these are the disadvantages. Line of sight is required. That means it should be in the straight line. That right, a line of sight. That means your remote and your electronical device having in a single line, or you can say in the straight line, both, otherwise not working. And blocked by common materials. Even you put your hands on the front of that infrared, that will be blocked, that will not working properly. Short range, light, weather sensitivity, and the speed. So these are the disadvantages. Next, what are the radio frequency? Radio frequency is the oscillation rate of an alternating electric current or voltage, or of a magnetic, electric, or electromagnetic field or mechanical system. So these are the frequency. Radio frequency is the oscillation rate of an alternating electric current or voltage, or of a magnetic, electric, or electromagnetic field or mechanical system. Next, these are the range spectrum bands. So having the radio frequency range. So again, what do you mean the frequency? It is the oscillation. That means there is a moving the sinusoidal core of an alternating electric current or voltage, or of a magnetic, electric, or electromagnetic field or mechanical system. So that is known as the radio frequency. Again, what are the advantages and disadvantages of radio frequency? Advantages: line of sight is not required like infrared, not blocked by common materials, longer range, not sensitive towards light and weather. But on the other hand, what are the disadvantages? The interference, lack of security, higher cost than infrared, FCC license required, and the lower speed. So these are the disadvantages of the radio frequency. And this is the logical architecture of wireless network. Generally, we have already studied about the OSI model. The OSI model having the 7 layers, like first one is your application layer, second one is your presentation layer, third one is your session layer, and fourth one is your transport, fifth one is your network, sixth one is your data link, seventh one is your physical layer. But in this figure, there is the first 4 layers treated as upper layer protocols, and the rest 3 layers, network, data link, physical layer. These 3 layers actually involved in the transferring the data in the wireless network. In the network layer, it handles the IP addresses extra, and the data link layer maintains 2 sub layers. One is LLC, another one is a MAC. LLC is the logical link control, and MAC is the medium access control. So in the logical link control, the IP address will be assigned to that device, and in case of your in the MAC layer, with having the protocol, MAC layer is a protocol, and this protocol also handles this type of communication. So data link layer having 2 sub layers, one is the LLC, another one is the MAC. You can say MAC address is there, it is a physical address, and this MAC protocol will help to communicate between the 2 devices. Next is your physical layer, which actually having the number of the communication mediums, guided mediums or unguided mediums. Devices are connected to that layer. So this is the physical layer. So out of 7 layers in the OSI model, the 3 layers, network layers, data link, and physical layer, are actually involved in the communication system. So that's why these layers are indicated in these protocols or in this the wireless network. So the entire wireless LAN is divided into 2 parts. One is your ad hoc mode, another one is your infrastructure mode. So what do you mean the ad hoc mode and what do you mean the infrastructure mode? It will be discussed in your next class. So this is the the wireless LAN is divided into two parts, ad hoc and the infrastructure mode. Okay, thank you to all.